Hey everybody, so look on the screen. This, my dear, is the airport. This is the airport. And as you can see, people are taking the airport as a residence. Let's look at this news clip. Then I want to show you, well, where other people, illegal immigrants, they've got a school. And looks like they're going to have housing for up to 2 years. And I'm assuming these are probably at some point taxpayers. Okay, so let's check this out. This will be part A, 2 news clips for the comparison. This is what investing in people looks like. But who are they investing in? You already know. This will be part A. Stick around, please, for part B, which will be the commentary. And check it out, people.
O'Hare Airport employees say the homeless population in the terminal is out of control, and tonight they're calling for solutions because they don't feel safe.
Only on 2 our Marissa Perlman reports on what they see in the overnight hours and what the city plans to do about it.
Some of the thousands of Chicago's homeless population seeking refuge from the cold inside O'Hare. Employees sent us these photos of people sleeping on heater vents, using the terminal to dry their clothes, and trashing airport bathrooms.
It's out of control.
Those employees are Keisha Chapman and Catherine Thompson, tasked with cleaning up the mess.
None of us feel safe.
They work overnight hours as custodians in Terminals 1 and 2, where they aren't always covered by security. They both say they've been harassed by the homeless community who sets up camp during their shift.
They'll come up behind you. This one man followed us last night. From the time we get here to the time we leave in the morning, they be here.
Their managers tell them to just be aware and call police, but police tell them they can't intervene unless they're physically touched.
They just tell us to be careful because it's out of their hands. Like, they can't do nothing.
They far exceed. Jessica Dubar with Haymarket Center, an organization that serves O'Hare's homeless community, says the numbers are increasing year to year. Haymarket encountered 618 new homeless people at O'Hare in 2022. That's up 53% from 2021, where they saw 431.
I think a lot of people are going to ask, why can't they go to a homeless shelter? Why are they sleeping at O'Hare instead?
They're full. The shelters are full.
The city operates more than 3,000 shelter beds at 50 facilities. Dubar says there are simply not enough beds to meet the growing need.
A lot of folks don't end up at the airport because that's their, sort of goal, is that it's sometimes the last option that they have.
The city now hoping $60 million in federal funding to fight homelessness will help. That money, announced Thursday, will go directly to expanding placement services here in the city. Now, Haymarket Center, O'Hare, and the city, in respective statements, all agree. They say homelessness here in Chicago is not illegal, and the terminal space outside of security is considered public property, and the homeless community is allowed here.
Okay, everybody, and I do want to mention, I did see a report, Lori Lightfoot in Chicago. Basically, she'd asked for $50 million, but she had stated, from what I recall, that was for the asylum seekers. So maybe 50 for them, maybe 10 for the Americans. I'm not for sure. Now, let's look at this clip. Okay, let's look at this clip, and then we'll go ahead and proceed to part B, complete commentary. Check this out.
Developing now, originally the city told Woodlawn residents they had no plans to convert a vacant school into a migrant shelter. But today, asylum seekers moved in.
CBS 2's Lauren Victory has been following this story for months. She joins us live from the school turned shelter. Lauren.
Erica and Joe, we watched 2 buses pull in and out of here this afternoon. Neighbors say a third one came this morning. The city confirms that 100 men and women moved into the temporary shelter, and it could be the first night of many that migrants call this home. The city is anticipating this building will be used to house asylum seekers for up to 2 years. So you're physically trying to block the bus right now?
Yes.
And you both are willing to get arrested?
Yes.
tension in the form of a tiny protest. Louis Cardona tried to block a bus of asylum seekers from moving into the school he's watched transform from his back window.
He goes, no, this is going to be for the immigrants.
We spoke to Cardona in October, back when talk about this building becoming a home for migrants was just that, talk. Chicago Public Schools told us the construction here was routine maintenance work. CBS 2 reports then showed over $1 million spent on renovations inside.
They weren't going to tell us anything.
Excuse me.
All right, thank you.
Get off the street.
Chicago police interrupted our interview this afternoon, asking Cardona to let the bus with migrants through. He refused, so officers rerouted the passengers. The people on the bus unloaded bicycles, belongings, and bags, then headed inside, where private security is stationed 24/7. The asylum seekers will be provided a place to sleep, food to eat, medical treatment, and other services. That sparked some criticism from neighbors who say the city should do more to help the homeless here. Coincidentally,
as I give you this check for $60 million.
Mayor Lori Lightfoot publicly received a giant $60 million check today from the federal government. The money is meant to help people living on our streets, while the city also attempts to care for those seeking refuge from out of town. CBS 2 asked if we could tour the $1 million migrant shelter this morning ahead of move-in, but the city never responded to that request.
Okay, everybody, you saw part A. Stick around, part B, the commentary.